then they're trying to make punt safer, because the punt is the most fucking dangerous play in the game. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that. Bingo. That's why I love the position so much. That's why I love the play. They're trying to make it safer because there's a disproportionate amount of concussions on punts as opposed to every other play. And that could happen when there's, a lot of people flying around very high speed and field position to be gained and a lot on the line and a lot of people playing in a position that they never had to play before that isn't easy at all, or nor do they want to play it.
Bingo. How do you make it safer, though?
It's hard to.
That's what we're saying.
It's not like kickoff team where you can they don't have running starts anymore, all of that. Like, what do you do with punt?
No fair catches.
I'm not 100% sure that the no running started. I think that would be – so we did a spring game one time in West Virginia, and they didn't want to do punt for whatever. They didn't want to do full punts. So I would get a snap. I would be on the field all by myself with the snapper, okay? And we would punt it, and wherever the returner caught it is where that team would start, right? So there's nobody else on the field but the punter, basically the snapper and the returner. It was uncomfortable. I mean, it was.
I love that the snapper was still out there.
Yeah. Well, it was his spring game
That's
too.
Right.
It was a big deal. It's like after a safety, that punt so fucking uncomfortable. I still have yet to hit a good one. I still have yet to hit a good one in a game. In practice, when you're just fucking around and just punting, it's okay. But those weird ones where you're doing that whole thing, I was just never comfortable. And maybe I'm not mentally tough enough. But whatever the case, I don't know how you make it safer. Unless it was just a fair catch immediately upon where it's caught. I don't know how you would do a proper turnover of the ball to the other team, because what you just said, gain 40 yards if you want to elect it. Well, that's not the case because there's advantages to be gained in the entire game. I don't know how they change it. I honestly.
They've already taken away a lot of the big time hits that come from like crackback blocks and all of that on punt.
Yeah, and on long field goals, any returns, and basically all special teams plays.
So everything is going to have to be a fair catch, and then if he drops it, you're allowed to hit him? Like, how's it work?
Yeah, until there's, 0 concussions? Is that what the goal is? Hey, I hope.
Good luck.
Listen, people running around with helmets on their heads, bashing into each other. We hope there's no more concussions ever in football. That's what we hope. Mm-hmm. We are on that side. We want no more CTE.
None.
No more conversations.
Correct.
No.
But with that also being said, we don't flag football, right?
No.
It feels like they're trying to eliminate special teams as a whole, like the kickoff and the punt.
Yeah, these medical folks are certainly trying. Hey, look at this disproportionate amount of statistics here about concussions. Remember concussions? You guys got sued for a lot of money for, and probably in the future going to get sued for more. And this is a particular play. I understand you can paint that picture, but are we going to let's not ruin a game.
Let's not ruin a game.
With that being said, hope nobody ever gets a concussion.
Yes. Obviously.
Hope nobody gets a concussion ever.
Wear a mouth
But
guard.
like you said, you got guys with helmets on running 20 plus miles an hour and, launching themselves into other guys. You're going to have...
I thought those new light helmets, you're not supposed to get concussions in those.
Well, the thing with the light helmets is the guys actually run faster in them.
Yeah.
So it's like...
but all the cool, weird shapes, and it comes down and protects your jaw, and you have terrible chin straps. Like, doesn't that help you?
Yeah, but when, it turns out when people running 23 miles an hour, when you'd be speeding in a school zone, some people, and you, imagine if your car hits something. I think that's potential.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's potential, airbag will be deployed if that happens.
Ooh, maybe that's what they do.
Oh, maybe airbags deploy on punt. No, punt team, put the bubbles on.
Yeah.
Oh.
The sumo suits.
Yeah.
You got to wear a sumo suit.
No, those actual,
the bubbles.
the round balls.
Yeah.
That you have
You
to,
got to waddle down there.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Punter gets the ball snapped from a long snapper that is not wearing bubble. Long snapper then walks off field. Punter has 7 Mississippi to wait.
Yes.
His coverage team waddles down, and then you punt. And then the returner catches it. Then he gets put into a bubble, and he starts running as well. Wherever bubble falls of returner, that is where the other team gets the ball.
Do you have to put a bubble on after you kick it?
I'm off the field.
Yeah.
You got to run directly to the sideline.
Yeah. I'm not running because nobody's getting anywhere quick. So I'm actually just going to jog it off. Maybe walk. Probably a good walk sometimes, depending on how good of a ball it was. Probably want to get off the field, but
I'll kind of pimp one, like a home run.
Yeah.
You're welcome, NFL.
I'm like going to push somebody. It's
Knock a ball over. Yeah.
Boom. What's that all about? That's what I thought. I'm going to sidelines 15 yards. I don't care.
We did it.
That could happen. Let's go to the phones. I don't know how you fix it. I think we're all on the same page. But also, we don't want any concussions. But also, it's football.
1 or 2's fine.
It's football, dude. Football, it's going to happen. You watch fighting and boxing, the way it ends is a concussion, actually.
Yeah.
But then in the future, like, oh, concussion, this is a brutal sport. Yeah, it's fucking fight. Like, it's football. Like, that is something that's going to happen. I don't want to sound like a meathead. I don't want to sound like that at all. But as a fan and as somebody that got a chance to watch it very close and just seeing, like, hey, football has some incredibly insane shit happening at it. And people's bodies are able to survive them somehow. People go through a lot, but then they're able to get back up and do it again. It's almost like, hey, it's a part of the spectacle that is the sport. And then now also, we got to get rid of it completely.
We got to integrate like a surgery, like that their brains become like woodpeckers, where like their tongue wraps around their brain, and that's how they don't get concussions.
Those rams. Remember those battling rams that smash their heads into each other?
Okay.
What if you've
Do the Rams have their tongues wrapped around their brains like the
I think so,
woodpeckers?
yeah.
No, they align their spine perfectly, so it doesn't matter. What if you've had...
I think they have an extra layer of
You
padding.
could play
too.
punt team
Okay.
until you've had 5 or more concussions.
Okay, 5's a lot.
Okay.
5's a lot.
5 is a lot.
Five could be
That's a
deadly.
lot.
3.5 or more concussions.
What if it's just one-on-one? Punter versus returner.
That'd be awesome.
Sweet.
That would be awesome.
No, you get 2. You get the long snapper and you get to cover the punt.
Well, all of a sudden, AJ Hawk would be long snapping then.
Yeah.
I just give me the safety. Hey, guy, listen.
Wow.
You just got to fucking just throw. Just do this. Just do this, and then it's going to be you and me versus that guy. I'm going to try to hit this thing left, though.
I mean, the fakes you could run too.
Gotcha. Well,
I don't think we'd be able to run fakes, right?
What?
that's it's tough.
Then the return, because the returner has to gauge.
You could put flags on maybe if you want to run a fake.
And a ghost
Can we
runner.
not look past the idea that Zito presented, though? Like,
Yeah. Wrapping your tongue around your brain.
Yeah.
Drill a hole through your esophagus into your brain, and then
Let's
build
just talk
along
about
the
how
tongue.
woodpeckers don't get concussions.
Yeah, and
all they do is hit their heads against wood and glass.
remember the old house, a woodpecker was a glass pecker.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch was so drunk. He was just breaking every window I had at my house.
Never got concussed.
And he was living good, too. That son of a bitch was the size of a toddler.
Yeah, huge.
Flying through the goddamn sky. That nose is huge. And he had the callus was built up on that brain, I guess, from the tongue. That dude was ready to go at any time. Fucking A. We got to get out of here. This show stinks.
I don't think woodpeckers. I just did some quick research. Tongue
What?
thing, I don't think. It's
No,
I
come
forget
on.
which bird it is.
What do you mean?
I
There
thought I
is a
saw that
woodpecker.
somewhere.
There is a bird that does that. Yeah,
It is a woodpecker.
It just says they have a very small brain, so it's hard to hurt.
Oh, bird brain. Bill
They
Sir
do have
used
an
to-
extra long tongue, though.
Bill Sir used to tell me, Pat, if a bird had your brain, it'd fly backwards and whistle dicks.